One of the most eye-catching of the country's new stadia, full to a record capacity. A big pitch in big match condition despite inches and inches of rain. And the FA Cup ambitions of one of the game's great names under threat from a very dangerous outsider. Huddersfield Town have already beaten Chelsea in cup football this season. They believe they should have beaten Wimbledon, and if anybody is primed to cause a cup shock, surely it's the current leaders of the First Division. This is the team that took them to the top last weekend, missing not only first choice centre-backs Chris Lucketti and Ken Moncur, but also Chris Beech from midfield too. But the front two have scored 22 goals between them. That midfield has chipped in with 11 more. Sellars, Thornley, Wijnhard, they've all played at the top level, and they're all in the winning habit. Gérard Houllier makes 3 changes to a winning team. Only one of them forced, that by David Thompson's suspension. Vladimír Šmicer returns to replace him. But both last weekend's fullbacks, Song and Matteo, have been dropped. Steve Staunton comes in on the left. Presumably Steven Gerrard will play on the right, with Jamie Carragher returning to midfield. No Fowler, no Redknapp, no Berger. In charge of affairs this afternoon is Rob Harris. At least one FA Cup tradition remains: no extra time or penalties until the replay. Or maybe Kevin Keegan should be here, not Brussels. Quite apart from the English talent on view, there's Germany's playmaker, Dietmar Hamann, and another future foe in World Cup qualification, Finland's Sami Hyypiä. There's even a Greek international on the Huddersfield bench. But England's Euro 2000 opponents are of more pressing importance, and the moment that England's ball comes out of the pod in Brussels will give you details of the draw. Steve Bruce alongside his chairman, who is a Scouser, Ian Ayre, and a lifelong Liverpool fan. Well, Michael Owen scored 15 minutes into his Liverpool debut. It seems as though he's been scoring every 15 minutes since then. 100th appearance, his last appearance as a Liverpool teenager today. He will be 20 on Tuesday, and already a 51-goal club total to his name, plus 5 more for England, a couple of those rather significant. Clyde Wijnhard's been scoring goals though. His headed winner here against Queen's Park Rangers last weekend lifted Huddersfield Town to the top. A dozen goals for him this season. He's played against Liverpool just last season for Leeds United. They won that game by 3 goals to 1 at Anfield. Wijnhard is a product of the Ajax youth scheme, and so too is number 40, Dean Gorré, the Dutchman who came in the summer directly from Ajax, for whom he played in the Champions League last season, adding a hint of polish to the Huddersfield Town midfield. Steven Gerrard, whose preferred position and likely future is in midfield, but who has been switched to right back, the position in which he finished last weekend for Liverpool against Sheffield Wednesday, and a position in which he excelled against maybe the outstanding left winger in the English game, Harry Kewell, at Leeds earlier in the season. He really is going to be some player, Gerrard. Well, this ground, 24,000 capacity, has hosted a Rugby Union World Cup quarter-final, a Rugby League Challenge Cup semi-final. It's hosted REM and Bryan Adams, and this afternoon it hosts Ron Atkinson. Who's going to win, Ron?
I think it's been a question of strikers. Both teams have got good front players. Huddersfield's strengths lay up front, and they've got to try and get after the game, I think. I think the likes of Wijnhard, Marcus Stewart, Ben Thornley and Gorré have got the answer if Huddersfield is to survive.
Well, it's had its knockers, but it certainly had its knockouts again yesterday, and this is the FA Cup at its very best. The leaders of the rank and file against one of the leaders of the aristocracy. Hope against expectation. The expectancy is with Liverpool and with Šmicer on the ball. Clearance by Gray. Staunton, a cup winner with Liverpool. He's a little lively for Danny Murphy. Gerrard is playing at right back. Here's Šmicer just ahead of him, taking on the left back Vincent, who manages to shepherd him out of play for a goal kick.
You know, it's ironic as well, you know, you think the England national team are looking for left-sided players. If you look at the Huddersfield team, he's got two central defenders who are both left-footed. We've got a triangle out on the left that are all capable of using the left feet.
Marcus Stewart, two up front.
Yes, I just wonder how much unbalanced that might be with Craig Armstrong playing on the right-hand side of defence.
Here is Armstrong, the red-haired central defender, whom Ron Atkinson sold to Huddersfield Town from Nottingham Forest. His last match for Nottingham Forest was against Manchester United at the City Ground last season. 8-1 was the score. Irons down to Francis, now Gorré. This is great. Now Vincent. Two clubs looking to reinvent history. The team of the 20s versus the team of the 70s and 80s. Both Huddersfield and Liverpool have undergone expensive makeovers in search of fresh success. A lot of money spent during the summer. A lot of new faces. Šmicer new to the FA Cup. Out to Staunton. Hamann, who played in the final last year for Newcastle. Šmicer foul.
The other big thing, Huddersfield, of course, have got in their favour is obviously they'll want to win or get a replay out of it, but all the expectancy is on Liverpool. Huddersfield's prime objection, obviously, this season is to try and be playing Liverpool as league opposition next season.
Šmicer caught in possession by Sellars. This is Ben Thornley, charged down by Dietmar Hamann. Jamie Vincent. Looking to go over the head of Gérard, who just managed to cut out a ball meant for Marcus Stewart. Here is Stewart. Now Sellars. Thornley. Charged down by Gérard. And a real foothold now for Huddersfield to launch an early attack. A corner which Vincent will take, and for which Gray has come forward. In towards the near post, it almost came for Irons, and that was a smart save by Sander Westerveld. Kenny Irons, the Huddersfield Town skipper, with a snapshot which Westerveld might have seen late.
Yeah, well, you've been led to believe this year that Liverpool's Achilles heel of the past, defending corners, has gone. But certainly on that occasion, desperately unlucky not to take the lead, Huddersfield. A smart shot by Kenny Irons, unfortunately went straight into Westerveld's arms.
Dutch goalkeeper was brave too, with his fellow countryman Clyde Wijnhard closing in. Here is Irons on the ball. Early forward towards Wijnhard. Hyypiä left it for his goalkeeper and left it for Wijnhard, who has a real chance. Westerveld has to be brave again. Well, Westerveld is still down, and he's in agony, and play goes on. I don't know if Rob Harris, the referee's aware. Liverpool have the ball now, and Steven Gerrard's played it up to Michael Owen, and they've got to get the ball out of play. But the Dutch goalkeeper is in real pain. He was in distress from the moment that he made that courageous stop from Clyde Wijnhard.
That was certainly a vital moment. Some great movement from Wijnhard here. Little bit of hesitation there. Hyypiä thinks that the keeper's going to come and get it. He does eventually get it, but pays the price by the look of it.
Sami Hyypiä was pointing there as if he was leaving the ball for Westerveld to come. Westerveld stayed at home until Wijnhard had it, and it was the way their legs tangled after the shot had got away there. Oh, Wijnhard's right leg went right in on Westerveld. No intent, but a lot of pain.
But that might be a big psychological moment for Wijnhard, you know. He looked to me as if he got the legs there on Hyypiä.
Incidentally, Joe Corrigan is not the Liverpool substitute goalkeeper.
He certainly looks as if he got the legs on Hyypiä there, and that will just pace startles defenders, and I'm not too sure Hyypiä will be too enamoured with that. A good cross movement, a good ball played into him by Kenny Irons.
Brad Friedel, the American international, is the Liverpool reserve goalkeeper, and he was on the bench, but it looks like Westerveld's going to be okay. Friedel warming up just in case. Well, a couple of early alarms there for Liverpool. No team in the English leagues has scored more regularly in front of its home fans than Huddersfield. No team in the Premier League, though, has a better defensive record than Liverpool. Measures of real progress at both clubs. Ben Thornley, who operates down this left-hand side but prefers his right foot. He's a good balanced two-footed player. Vincent in towards Wijnhard, headed away by Staunton. Danny Murphy, a right footer on the left-hand side for Liverpool. Staunton. Camara misread his intentions.
Yeah, Camara pulled short for that one, where Staunton was looking for him to run down the gully and behind the defenders.
Phil Thompson is Gérard Houllier's assistant. Thompson in FA Cup winner with Liverpool himself. Camara. He seemed to be turning back into trouble, but he's found a route out with Jamie Carragher. Rode the challenge from Gorré. Owen out on the left-hand side. Murphy trying to turn. Sellars with the challenge. Wijnhard. Carragher tidying up. Šmicer to Gérard. Here's Dietmar Hamann. Camara.
Yeah, I think in the course of the game, you know, we're going to see Camara switching out to the left side a lot. Guys on virtually as the left wing, let Danny Murphy take his place in field.
Šmicer to Hamann. Owen was the intended target. Now Owen does receive the ball, but the flag was raised. He was just beyond the last defender. That was for the first attack. That's when the flag went up.
Yeah, he never quite got himself back on side, did he? Smart decision, because it looked a lot tighter than that.
Whereas Camara and Murphy are interchangeable on the left, Šmicer is holding the Liverpool width on the right-hand side here. Carragher's header has found Camara. Now Hamann, Staunton. Carragher up towards the man, well read though by Armstrong. Carragher into Camara this time. Hamann has played him in. It's Titi Camara. Terrific move. Cut right through the Huddersfield rearguard, but Titi Camara pulled his shot disappointingly wide.
Oh, sit and miss. Great little 1-2 between Hamann and Titi Camara, and he really drags right across the ball. Firm ball in there by Carragher. Nice little give and go, and he's in. Must score. That is as bad a message you'll see this season.
We've had some chances for 10 minutes of football, haven't we?
Yes. 2 opportunities at the top end, and that one there, which was that's as good a chance as I think I've seen it this weekend in football.
Wijnhard. Here's Carragher. Now Gérard. He just stumbled as the ball came to him, and that opened the door for Wijnhard to make the challenge. Carragher to Camara. Cut out by Steve Jenkins. Kenny Irons. Jamie Vincent. Here's Ben Thornley. A little bit of space for him now to run at Gérard. Trying to go on the outside, drives in the ball, and Westerveld had to be very alert on his near post. Stinging shot from Ben Thornley. It's a corner.
Yeah, good positive play by the ex-Man United left winger. Picked it up, brought it at the defence and fired it. May have fired across the face of the goal. But certainly another reminder for the Liverpool back line.
Stewart with a little header at the near post.
You know, and you're looking at that, I think Ben Thornley could do plenty of that, because Šmicer's virtually playing, as you say, as an out-and-out right winger. But Gérard is staying very much in line with his two central defenders. And it looks to me as if every time Ben Thornley wants to check back, he can pick up that ball to run at the defence exactly as he's just done there.
There's so much been said about how his career was interrupted by injury at Manchester United almost before it got started, and how highly Sir Alex Ferguson thought of him. It's as if his career's been written off, but it's coming on very, very strong again here at Huddersfield. Ben Thornley is only 24 years of age, and they are talking about him as a possible England international of the future. Irons. Gorré. Wijnhard's got in behind Hyypiä here. It's Wijnhard. Irons was there. Might come for Gorré. Blocked by Stéphane Henchoz. Sami Hyypiä, who's having such a good season, was caught dawdling there, and Irons looking to go over the head of Westerveld. And Huddersfield are giving Liverpool plenty to think about.
That was the result of some great play between the two Dutchmen. A little threaded ball through from this fellow Gorré into Wijnhard's run. Look at this little thread outside of his right foot. He leaves Hyypiä for dead, fires it across, scramble of defenders, just can't get his footing properly there, and a brave block there from Henchoz. But Wijnhard is causing all sorts of problems with his movements.
But that chance had come to one of the many left-footed players in Steve Bruce's team that we were talking about, and he probably wouldn't have checked in the way that Gorré did.
Yeah, I think he was a bit unlucky as well. He stumbled, didn't he? He appeared to stumble just as he received possession. He came right back out there.
Now there are 5 Huddersfield players out of the game as Hamann comes forward. Turn away from Irons. Slip through towards Michael Owen here. Oh, he just tried to lift the ball over Nico Vaesen. It was a terrific attempt. It's won a corner kick.
Similar sort of move to the last one, the Huddersfield move. There is Hamann, plays that ball between people. Unfortunately, can't quite get his first touch right, but tries the audacious thing of trying to stand it over the keeper, and the keeper managed to get a block on it. But this is great end-to-end stuff now.
All corner in towards Hyypiä, who was rather backing into Gérard. But there were opportunities there.
I think what's helping the game flow as well, you know, I mean, this is plenty in there. He hasn't got to run in. He really needs to be running at that ball to get any purchase on it. What's happening is, with the possible exception of Carragher, there's no defensive midfield players on the field. I mean, Hamann picks it up and travels with it, and you look at Sellars and Irons, they go the other way with the ball, and it's making for a very end-to-end game.
I think Gérard's view of that corner was blocked by the massive figure of his teammate Sami Hyypiä.
They don't like to see that in the corner. I like to see people coming in, and particularly the big defenders, travelling in.
Well, Hyypiä's forward again now for a free kick. It's Staunton. Headed by Irons, doesn't really get the job done. Awkward for Vaesen.
The irony of that play is just nobody ran in on it.
Vaasen's throw asked a lot of Jenkins.
I think the crowd realises, well, they've got a good game on their hands now, because there's a great sort of atmosphere about the match.
Plenty of openings, no goals. Quarter of an hour play. Gérard with a misplaced pass. Don't forget, the draw for the Euro 2000 finals is going to take place shortly in Brussels. England's name is in the pot, just down at the bottom of the pot, at the unseeded end. And one of the last names out. But as soon as that name does come out, I will give you information of that draw. Gorré. Sellars. Now Jenkins has some crossing space. Chance down by Staunton. Ben Thornley.
That's probably the first time the Šmicer's got back and supported his full-back. In the old days, a Sami Hyypiä or a Jimmy Case would be out there, first man out always, so the left wing very seldom got a run.
Camara now trying to break in behind Vincent and run at Gorré, who bundled into the ground. And the referee's going to do more than have a word with Gorré this time.
Yeah, that's a booking, to be fair. Gorré realises he's getting done for pace. He makes sure Camara doesn't go any further. A little bit of dramatics at the end of it, though, to be fair.
Hamann rolled into Murphy, rolled into Camara, whose little flick didn't quite come off. Headed by Hodjo, one back by Sellars. Gray to Jenkins. Now Armstrong. Gorré. Given away very disappointingly to Dietmar Hamann.
He's certainly getting plenty of the ball, Hamann. He's making them tick. Not too concerned about any defensive responsibilities.
Carragher. Camara. Here is Hamann. Now Šmicer. Camara. Now he thought he was caught by Armstrong, but he made a meal of it. And Rob Harris is very well placed. Vincent tossed forward towards Stewart. Henchoz is there. Rather ambitiously looking for Gérard. Huddersfield Town have a throw-in upfield as a result.
Not hard to see where Huddersfield score so many goals, though. The two front players make great runs off the back of defenders. They come, they spin, and people like Sellars are well capable of just planting the ball in behind the back line and knowing full well that either Stewart or Wijnhard are going after it.
Here is Stewart. Vincent. Stewart again. Now Thornley. Stewart got in behind Liverpool, but the return pass was slightly overhit. But there's a menace about this Huddersfield left side. Certainly three of the four Premiership sides that fell yesterday were short of form, but Gérard Houllier's Liverpool have won 6 of their last 8 games. Mind you, Huddersfield have won 8 of their last 10. Both are wearing rings of confidence coming into this game. Hyypiä wearing the captain's armband in the absence of Redknapp and Fowler.
I think without the Huddersfield backline trying not to give too much space behind, too much depth, I think that they'll be quite happy to see Liverpool hit long balls up like that. I don't think they'll be happy to see it when it goes through Hamann.
Owen. Caught then. One glimpse of Michael Owen, who's had one glimpse of goal and who improvised a delightful chip to force the best from Nico Vaesen, the Huddersfield keeper. Both goalkeepers have seen plenty of action in this opening quarter. There's more on the way for Vaesen with Staunton's free kick in towards Hyypiä. Vaesen punches somehow back over his own head. Wijnhard with a centre forwards clearance, and then Jenkins with a fullback's clearance. Gérard. Staunton who take this corner out here. Hyypiä finding himself in a false position too. Gérard into Šmicer. Liverpool just getting their shape back. Camara was pulled out to the left-hand side, under control. Now Hamann. Now Carragher. Charged down by Irons. It will be a corner kick to Liverpool.
Yeah, some good firm one-touch passing from Liverpool then. Ending with Gérard switching a 70-yard ball almost across the camera.
Hyypiä's on the near post. Taken in towards Carragher. It'll come to Titi Camara. Pretty wild swing and pretty wild result.
I tend to think Liverpool should have quite a sizable advantage here. Huddersfield don't seem to be the tallest team in the world, particularly with people like Mancao not playing and Loketti out, but they're defending solidly. That was a good block. Camara had no time to sort out a nice easy volley for himself. The big thing about the game for me is the tempo both sides are playing at. A very, very good tempo, and there's some quality play with it as well.
The only mystery is the scoreline, which is blank. Murphy. Now Gérard. Šmicer. Hamann. Murphy stepping over the ball. Camara didn't read him. Thornley. Stewart couldn't quite reach there. Calmly cleared by Westerveld. Carragher's headed down. Hamann. Camara. Oh, that's a clever change of direction. He's asked a lot of Michael Owen, but he can make up ground on most. Vaesen had to intervene.
I think Gray was clever there. I think he just made sure that Owen couldn't get a full side of his run there, enabling the keeper to come out and clean it out.
Camara trying that little turn again, but Armstrong wasn't having any of it. Sellars to Irons. Now Wijnhard. Stewart, good play. Carragher got amongst them though. Well, Murphy's lost it. Irons has found it. Here goes Gorré. Opportunities. Still Gorré. Deflected. It would be a corner. It could have been worse for Liverpool.
Another good positive break there from Gorré. Took advantage of a midfield misunderstanding. Carried the fight. Drove on. Had options, and yet was a bit unlucky with his shot. Finish there. Deflection might have looped the keeper there.
Gray, the centre-back, is right on the line. Guided in by Vincent. And Westerveld takes it comfortably. There's plenty of Sander Westerveld, 6 feet 4 inches. He is a Dutch international. Gorré has never been capped by his country, but he has the pedigree. Anybody who has come from that Ajax school of football has learnt the basics well. Šmicer. Showed too much of that to Jamie Vincent. Scott Sellars. Tossed in towards Wijnhard. Got between defenders. Oh! Well, he seemed to have done everything right there. But his shot whistled a foot wide, and Wijnhard doesn't quite know how or why.
This is pure quality from Scott Sellars. He's pulled on the shoulder. He's been threatening to do that all match, Wijnhard. He keeps pulling off the shoulder of Hyypiä. And there he's more or less hit the ball too straight. He's tried to hit it up the outside of his right foot and stick it around the corner of the keeper. But what was ironic, he wanted an earlier ball from Vincent on that, you know. He was pulling on the defender's shoulder, didn't get it. and the Liverpool defence still hadn't readjusted. Now, whether that should be Staunton coming in and pulling it, or whether Hyypiä is doing a little bit too much ball watching.
John Dean and Lou Macari together there, very experienced backup for Steve Bruce. Macari, a cup winner against Liverpool. More than that strange goal which actually denied Liverpool the treble in 1977. They had a pretty good night in Rome 4 days later. Staunton. Hamann. Carragher. This is Murphy.
Yeah, he's straying more and more up the flank now, Murphy.
Šmicer has Gérard available in support. It's Gérard's cross. Just turned away from Camara by Francis. Good defending by the Welsh international. Hyypiä is forward. Gérard is forward. Stéphane Henchoz doesn't come up the corners. Overhit by Murphy. Carragher trying to make something of it. Volleyed first time by Sami Hyypiä, and it was deflected behind for a corner. That's not quite why he came forward for the corner, but he made a pretty good fist of it when it came his way on the volley.
I think unless this gets the deflection, I think this would have been goal. Deflected head, he's hit it full, and that's a very, very brave defensive deflection.
Great shot, wasn't it?
Yes, I thought it was rocketing in that.
Towards Hyypiä again. Šmicer. Well played this time by Nico Vaesen. Here goes Thornley trying to lead a counter, but he's outnumbered. Offside, Michael Owen.
Good defending by Huddersfield, squeezed up quickly, left Owen in there. But whenever the ball's on its left-hand side in the attacking half for Sunderland, whether Thornley's got it, whether Sellars has got it, or whether Vincent's got it, Wijnhard takes some great positions where he pulls just towards the second centre-back.
This is Sellars. Like basketball, you have a chance, we'll have a chance.
I tell you what, I think it's a super game. And what's helping it as well, you know, it's a good day for playing football, and the pitch is in great nick. And when you look at Scott Sellars, I mean, he's pulled it down there. There's no more accomplished player on the field than Scott Sellars. All right, he's at the wrong stage of his career, but there was talk earlier this year, there were rumours going on that he might force his way back into the England setup. Try and fill in one of those left-hand positions that we're having a lot of problems with. I'm a little bit surprised about what you said there about Henchoz not coming up the corners, you know, because they do look to have sized down a lot. Obviously, you just think an extra body in there might give them added problems.
Best part of half an hour played of a riveting FA Cup tie. Still 0-0.
What's happening as well now, we see Staunton on the ball, but Gérard's made 1 or 2 breaks now. Where both fullbacks were staying at home early on, they're both starting to venture forward a little bit now.
You're entitled to feel left out if you're not involved in an attacking role of some kind. Bit of a problem there for Armstrong. He won his place back last weekend because of Ken Moncal's injury. He was a regular in the Premiership first half of last season under Dave Bassett, but you had to change things around a little bit, Ron, when he came to the club.
Yeah, I mean, Huddersfield had always been keen on him under the previous management, and we needed to try and get some money to try and do some reinvesting. We got the money but didn't reinvest.
Oh, they got in each other's way a bit there, Gray and Armstrong. Sellars tried to sort it out, but it's Camara! And Scott Sellars' hand is raised as 10 pairs of Huddersfield eyes look at him.
Yeah, that's where you don't want Scott Sellars on the ball trying to take the heat out of the game right in the middle of his own penalty area.
And that's what Huddersfield don't need, another centre-back with an injury problem. Craig Armstrong is down.
You know, it's amazing as well how many times that happens at a football club. It always seems it's a certain position where players get injured, be it your strikers are all out or your defenders all tend to get injured at the same time.
Gordon Strachan's going through exactly the same thing at the moment. Well, he looks like he should be able to soldier on.
Barry Horn wouldn't come on and play centre-half, would he?
No, they got John Dyson on the bench.
Little Barry would have a go.
He'd have a go.
And he'd love it, wouldn't he, Liverpool?
Armstrong's going to play on for now. Dyson, the centre-back, is stripped off and ready to go.
Yeah, certainly against the liveliness and brightness of Owen and Camara, the last thing you want as a centre-half is having trouble turning and trouble with his pace. Dyson's re-jacketed though. Not yet.
Clearance by Vaesen. Gorré to Francis, now Sellars, Wijnhard. Carragher breaking up the party. Camara. I have to say, nothing to do with the colour of his skin, they're to do with a couple of fairly extravagant dives earlier in the game, and we'll have to join us. This is Gorré. Now Stewart. Francis. He's done what? He's got outside Hyypiä. He did the header from Honcho. Iron's trying to force it forward. Hamann away. Owen unable to hold it up. He was fouled by Armstrong. Pretty stoical, Michael Owen. He knows he's got a few years of that kind of treatment ahead of him. Incredible, really. I think this is only the third time he's ever played in an FA Cup side. He did score in the other two. Šmicer. Murphy. A man to Staunton. Sellars. How many openings are Huddersfield Town going to get? How many can they afford to waste? Not many more, I shouldn't think.
Full marks there from Sellars. He's got that as a result of pressing Carragher. He really, in my opinion, he wanted to slot Wijnhard in, you know. But I think Henchoz just held his position long enough so he couldn't get the ball through to him. He's gone for it, so he's forced him to shoot.
So Liverpool have got to make a change at the back. And Steve Staunton, who was a cup winner with them in 1989, is being replaced by Dominic Matteo. Incidentally, Staunton was substituted in that cup final, and they brought a fella called Venison on in his place that day. And he and somebody called Ian Rush managed to contrive a victory for Liverpool against Everton. I think Rush made a slightly bigger contribution than Venison on the day. Camara. Šmicer. Nice. Oh, Camara, terrific goal! Wonderful volley by Titi Camara. Just for a moment, Vaesen, who got a left hand to it, might have felt he'd kept it out. But from Šmicer's cross, Titi Camara rocketed the ball into the corner of the net to give Liverpool the lead.
Well, he set up the move with his ball to Šmicer, and that's a great volley. Desperately unlucky from the keeper, Vaesen, but he's had a very easy chance early on. There's no chance at all there, and he's tucked away a brilliant shot. slightly behind him so the defender can't get at it, and as I say, Vaesen desperately unlucky.
Titi Camara marks his FA Cup debut, and surely he is the first Guinean ever to have played in this famous competition, with a wonderful goal, his fourth in his last 6 matches. Well, he started more games than not this season, mainly because Gérard Houllier has been unable to get Owen and Fowler on the field together for more than 95 minutes, would you believe, this season. That's all they've played together. And Camara is more than an able deputy, even for that calibre of strike force. He's very much a part of the Liverpool attack. And those half a dozen openings that Huddersfield have squandered during the opening 35 minutes suddenly seem all that more costly.
They can keep the discipline and keep the belief, they'll get other chances. It's whether they let that second goal in.
Vincent. Now Thornley. Gérard steadies ground. This is Owen. Now Šmicer. Roll forward to Gérard in more familiar territory, rampaging forward. Steven Gerrard on the ball, just held up by Armstrong. Scored a wonderful goal, his first senior goal in similar circumstances last weekend, Gérard. Irons though to Gorré. Stepped away from Carragher. It's Dean Gorré looking for Wijnhard. Cut out by Henchoz, and Gorré's next pass wasn't quite up to the standard of his last.
Yeah, he got excited, made a break, he was looking forward to get positive like he's done quite a number of times in the game. Just got a little bit anxious when he got the rebound. I certainly wouldn't rule Huddersfield out of this though. I mean, Liverpool for me have played very, very well. Quality of the passing's been good, they've zipped it about, and yet Huddersfield have more than matched them. You also look at Camara and think to yourself, even when Fowler is fit, he could go in alongside him somewhere. That there could be a role for him as a free player, like a winger type player.
Here is the draw for the Euro 2000 finals. It's Germany again. Germany, Romania, who beat England at the last World Cup finals, and Portugal, who were outstanding in qualifying, are the three sides that England will face in the opening phase of the Euro 2000 finals in Holland and Belgium this coming summer.
Looks like we got the lucky card again, doesn't it?
Germany, the holders, the Euro 96 winners, already in England's World Cup qualifying group. And here is their playmaker, Dietmar Hamann. Portugal, who actually qualified as best group runners-up, but were the second top scorers in all of the qualifying stages, and Romania, who qualified unbeaten for the finals. More on that at half-time. Wijnhard. Now Thornley. It's dangerous. Westerveld's lost it. This is Gorré. Oh, it just wouldn't fall for Wijnhard, and Murphy got it away. Still Thornley though. Gérard did well again. Huddersfield have a throw. They could have had a whole lot more.
Yeah, another good movement from Huddersfield. All a result of the strength and persistence of the centre-forward Wijnhard.
Gorré unable to make contact with that cross from Vincent. Camara. Oh, it's come all the way through. It's Wijnhard! Oh, he blazed at it. He didn't expect to get the chance. He never really set himself and snatched at it hopelessly.
You just wonder here, have a look at Gorré, whether Gorré could have passed some information on to him. May have been a bit far away, but that was another sitter. Some pass there. Camara's a very relieved man. Oh, it's a wild one. Unfortunately, his actual shooting hasn't matched the quality of the rest of his game today. He's made great positions, he's been persistent, he's given the defenders real problems, and yet he's had 3 good chances now and he hasn't really put any of them away.
And Titi Camara, who's shooting is the difference between the two sides at the moment. Almost having scored Liverpool's goal, presented Huddersfield with an equaliser. Liverpool are certainly getting more free kicks than their opponents. It's the one yellow card so far. The Huddersfield centre defender, Gray. Gorré, though, has found Wijnhard again. Hyypiä managed to hold him up. Gorré was free to his right. Now Thornley. This is Irons. Gorré. Clipped in towards Stewart. Just asked a little bit too much of him. Gérard's having a very accomplished game at right back again. Irons to Sellars. Stewart. Vincent to Thornley. Sellars able to turn. Clipped in towards Stewart. Headed away by Hyypiä. Here's Camara. Francis who got back to him. 3 minutes remaining of an all-action first half. It's that one goal, Titi Camara's volley after 36 minutes. Thornley's got away from Gérard this time. And the header, it was necessary from Henchoz. Another Huddersfield corner.
Yeah, and they're very much watching Liverpool as this improved defensive record they've got. It seems as if Houllier has got them zone marking, but I tell you what, the way the Huddersfield players get in between them, whether they're defending well by design or by accident, I'm not sure, but the Huddersfield strikers are getting plenty of room.
Vincent's corner, dealt with by Gérard. Yes, clean sheets don't always tell all the story. Thornley.
I ignored the obvious one then, Thornley. Been shadowed in by Šmicer, but he got a very obvious little ball off to Irons. He's now on the ball now.
Irons lifted in towards Wijnhard. Didn't have much joy against Hyypiä in the air. Gérard was just caught there by Wijnhard. A bit going on between them still, more from Wijnhard's side than Gérard's, I should say. This is Thornley. He was aware that Gorré was there, but he telegraphed it a bit and Matteo got in. Sellars. Vincent. Thornley was just tripped there by Šmicer. He's doing his best to help out Gérard, but it's not the half that Vladimír Šmicer really wants to be playing in. Oh, and Thornley's got away from Šmicer here. Gérard is there. He's giving it straight to Vincent. Now Irons rolled in towards Stewart, and Carragher just got to him, and as we tick into stoppage time, Huddersfield have another corner.
I tell you what, I don't think the Liverpool defence would thank me for saying it, but I hope the referee loses his watch. Wouldn't mind watching another 45 minutes of this non-stop.
Vincent will take the corner. Header away by Hyypiä. Hit by Ben Thornley on the half volley, but a rising half volley. Well, what can Steve Bruce say to them other than carry on?
Yeah, tell them, have a cup of tea, lads, get yourself ready, you've done brilliant. They have been smashing. He was out on the bench there trying to urge them forward, but they've been brilliant. I tell you, this is as good a game as I've seen this season. This is excellent. Both sides, brilliant.
3-minute additional period to be played.
With that space again, they do leave him plenty of room to travel with it.
Thornley. Just coming up a little bit. They encouraged Sander Westerveld to come from his line.
Whether Gérard's got the nod at right back in place of Hagen because they feel he can defend better 1-for-1.
Well, Song has been playing there.
He's certainly getting no help at all from Šmicer from a defensive point of view.
Vladimír Hamann has been out of favour and is currently injured. Rigobert Song is the one who's been relegated to the bench today. There is Thornley. He did well that time. Carragher. Well, that's a loose one from Gérard. Gérard couldn't quite cut it out. This is where Šmicer wants to be. Gérard to Hamann. Owen. Liverpool know that we're near to half-time and that they've got a one-goal lead. It's almost like a batsman playing through the last over here before stumps. Huddersfield throw. Well, first things first, it's been a wonderful first half. The next thing, the only goal it's provided was a wonderful hit from Titi Camara, because when Šmicer delivered the